There I am. I guess it would help if I had my camera plugged in, wouldn't it? There we go. See if you guys can hear me too, on top of it. Sounds like the SmackDown hacker. Is this any better? There we go. All right. We're cooking with gas. Or cooking with, I don't know, something else you cook with. What's up, everybody? Been a very interesting week here for yours truly. Turn on the light. There's a light on. It's green. Plus, it's easier to see the wheel in the green light than it is... Oh, hold on. There we go. It's easier to see what's on the wheel in the green light than it is with a regular light. What's up, Domestic Butler? How you doing? Cool Brothers Radio Podcast. What's up, everybody? Mike Gonzalez in the house. Yeah, so last week my stream got shut down because my nephew was in it. So he's not here this week. So it's just going to be yours truly, the reigning, defending, NoDQ.com Wrestling Trivia Champion. CC Drink, what's up? How you doing? Good to see you. In case you haven't seen it, the latest episode of Wrestling Trivia Challenge is on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/GregCherryBrand. Wonder if there we go. Actually, that makes it look a lot better. I don't really need all this stuff. There we go. Now I see what you see. Yay! Don Wooding, I so want to challenge you for the WTC title. Talk to Jeff. Message him on Instagram. If you want to in the queue for Wrestling Trivia Challenge, talk to him. Here's the thing. I can direct you to Jeff. I can't make my own challenges happen. If you guys want to do it, you have to message Jeff Meacham, who's the host, and who comes up with all the questions, because I can't set up my own challenges. So go follow him on Instagram or Twitter @_Jeff Meacham. If you want a challenge for the Wrestling Trivia Challenge Championship, that's your way to do it. And then we'll figure out a time and whatever to face off for it. Holy crap, Big G. Wow. Oh my. Okay. We are starting off hot. Okay. Wow. All right. Off the bat, we get 4 spins off the bat. That's awesome. That is awesome. All right, Big G, you get 3. Let's hope you don't hit a bankrupt on your third one because that would suck. But just for the record, because we don't have this happen very often, and the Cleaver Colin Andrew, respect the brand. Nice work on WTC this week. Mike Nixon, how you doing, Greg? I suffered a very small stroke. Oh man, I'm sorry to hear that. Hope you're doing well, Mike. Thank you for the donation. I appreciate it. Hopefully it's all well with your health and you're able to recover fully. But I do want to say this because this is one of the few times it happens on this stream that we get multiple spins for one person. So here's what happens. You'll get everything you spin for. If you hit a bankrupt anywhere along the line, you lose everything you have before that. So if you do get a bankrupt, then let's hope it's your first spin and not your second or third. But we'll see where we go. And Colin Andrew and Mike Nixon, you each get a spin as well. So here we go. Spin number 1. Dance break. So you get a dance break so far. Let's see what the next spin gets you. I'll give you either karaoke or entrance because I don't do Road Story anymore. I need to update my wheel at some point. But either karaoke or an entrance, along with a dance break, you already get. Third spin. Went past the bankrupt. And I'll give you entrance because I'm assuming you don't want the bankrupt on the other side. So that could be 2 entrances and a dance break, karaoke, and an entrance. Colin and Mike, I will get your spins after I do all the G stuff. So there we go. So Big G. No shirt on the 3 spins. I'll move this to entrance. But you get a dance break, your option of either karaoke or an entrance, and then a second entrance if you choose the entrance for the first one. So up to you, Big G. While I'm waiting on those, yeah, you know what? I'll get the other spins done too, just so you guys have time to like answer. So, Colin, this is your spin right here, brother. No! 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 Oh no! Oh, that one hurts. I'm sorry, Colin. That's only like the second time on my stream I've ever spun that. Big G, you got dance break, you got either karaoke or an entrance, and then the other one you got an entrance. And I just spun a bankrupt for Colin, and I feel terrible. I'm sorry, Colin. But Mike, let's get yours done. See what happens. And Mike, there you go. There you go, Mike. You get yourself a t-shirt off my Teespring store. So we've got quite the eclectic amount of spins that happened. So Mike, hit me up, DM me on either Twitter or Instagram, at Greg Cherry Brand. Let me know what size shirt you want, what shirt you want, obviously, what size you want, your address, all that good stuff. Do an entrance for me and one for Colin. Okay. What entrances do you want me to do while I pull up dance break music? You want Hogan? Okay, I can do Hogan's. And then Colin, G is forfeiting his entrance spot to you, so you get to choose what entrance you want me to do. right, let me. I'll wait for that. Well, I'll pull up the dance break first. I think I lost some of my videos. All right, so here we go. All right, so dance break is first. Make sure this volume's up. All right, here we go. I can't do it. I can't do the work. Sorry. All right. And now, Alexa, make man cave yellow. That's nothing. Should turn this on. Here we go.
I am a real American, fight for the rights of every man. I am a real American, fight for what's right, fight for your life. When it comes crashing down and it hurts inside, you gotta take a stand, it don't have to hide. If you hurt my friends, then you hurt my pride. I gotta be a man, I can't let it slide. I am a real American, fight for the rights of every man. I am a real American, fight for what's right, fight for your life. I feel strong about right and wrong, and I don't take trouble for very long. I got something deep inside of me. Courage is the thing that keeps us free. I am a real American, fight for the rights of every man. I am a real American.
All right. There we go with that. All right. Hopefully the video is not too choppy. Hold on. Alexa, make man cave red. got here? All right. Okay. Alexa, make man cave green. Whew. Wow. I'm exhausted. Whew. Let me wash this. There you go. I don't know why it's so choppy. It shouldn't be. That's frustrating. It shouldn't be connected. No. Mike Nixon. teespring.com/store/Greg Cherry Brand. The link is right here for the stuff you want. Leo Lions King. That's a new one. Whew. Tilt this up so you see the top of my head. There we go. That's good now. Yeah, of course it's good. It's good now after I do my entrances. Worked up a sweat. Was it particularly bad during both of them? Please let me know, because I will redo them. Because I know you guys are entertained by that. If the entrances were bad, thank you, Colin. Appreciate it. So yeah, what else is up? You tuned in yesterday a day early. Yeah, I moved my streams back to Sundays. And this one was actually a little late getting set up today. It was? Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. It was bad during both. Okay. Well, you know what? I'm on the other people. I'll do them again. Alexa, make Man Cave yellow. All right. I will do the entrances again, and I will work up a sweat, and we'll go from there. I'm nothing if not a man of the people. All right. All right, let's hope this is good this time.
down when it hurts inside. You gotta take a stand, you don't have to hide. If you hurt my friends, then you hurt my pride. I gotta be a man, I can't let it slide. I am a real American. Fight for the rights of every man. I am a real American. Fight for what's right. Fight for your life. I'm being strong, I'm right and wrong. Don't take trouble for very long. I want to be inside of me. Courage is the thing that keeps us free. I am a real American. Fight for the rights of every man. I am a real American. Fight for what's right. Fight for your life.
Hopefully that one was better. There we go. All right. Now let's try Nakamura's again. Alexa, make Man Cave red.
Sorry, I don't know that.
Alexa, make Man Cave red. Thank you. Alexa, make Man Cave green.
As a noun, green is usually defined as green color.
Alexa, stop. Alexa, make Man Cave green. There we go. Oh boy. You can't say I'm not a man of the people doing the entrances twice. Doesn't work out. All right. So what else is new, guys? Definitely better than last week already. I have to go back through the comments because I've been doing entrances for the last 15 minutes. Nelson Marino, who wins, Hulk Hogan versus The Rock at their prime? We've already seen Hulk Hogan versus The Rock in their prime. 2002 and 2003, and The Rock won them both. Ranking, I can't lie, that was pretty good. Well, thank you. Cool Brothers Radio Podcast, the immortal Hulk Chariot. That's right, brother. Chris Butler, is he having a stroke? Have you ever watched Nakamura do an entrance? Nathan Timplin says, top stuff, Greg. I appreciate that. Wow. Well, that's fun. Good night, everyone. No, I'm kidding. I'm still around in case any of you, anybody else wants to try and make this happen. Already 5 spins of this today. That's crazy, especially for the start. That's awesome. I do this for you guys. I really do. But of course, there's some stuff going on in wrestling. We could talk about that. We can really talk about whatever you want. And obviously, if more super chats come, then more of that will happen. But I was trying to think if I had anything else to do. No, it's just the 2 entrances, and I'm good. Mike Gonzalez. What are your thoughts on reports saying fans can be in arena as soon as this week? Any truth to those reports? Well, I saw that too. I saw the governor of Florida saying that they can be in arenas. So I'm sure Raw will have some semblance of people in the stands. Whether it'll still be at the Performance Center or whether it'll be a Full Sail remains to be seen. But I don't know. It'll definitely be very interesting. I think moving it to Full Sail and having an arena presence would probably be a good idea if they decide to go that way, because I'm not sure how many seats are filled in the Performance Center. Of course, they had NXT there before the fans were disallowed from the show, so I guess they could still do that. J-Lo's overall, 87. I don't know what that is. Nick Levin, hey, any thoughts on fans being able to attend wrestling events? Well, I just addressed that. As long as they keep safe distances from each other, it'll probably be very interesting. It'll look like they're almost going to look like, like the cardboard cutout fans in sports games in like the early 2000s, them all separated and stuff to look like this place is filled. It'll probably look like that. Domestic Butler, are you looking forward to Money in the Bank? And if so, what? I am. I'm looking forward to the Money in the Bank match, which, yes, it's only a match because apparently the women and the men are fighting at the same time, which will probably look like a complete cluster, but at the same time, once they get up to the top of the building, it'll be good. It'd be funny if R-Truth tried to sneak Carmella up the elevator and they just had a dance break in the elevator while they were going up, but you would think that would be the easiest way to get to the top of the building. Get people away from the elevator and then just go up. But I guess we'll see. What are your impressions of Dexter Lumis? Well, I remember him in TNA, Impact Wrestling, whatever. And he's starting to get a little more prominence on NXT as a figure, so it's definitely a interesting gimmick he has. So I'm not sure what they're planning on doing with him. He's just kind of on the shows right now. They don't really have a long-term plan for him, so we'll see what happens. But he's a good talent. He wouldn't be in NXT otherwise. Who would win? Stone Cold in his prime versus Roman Reigns? Probably Austin. I'd have to give it to Stone Cold. Because realistically, Stone Cold in his prime could probably beat anybody. Even like, he beat The Rock as many times as he did in his prime. He could probably beat Hogan one-on-one if that match would have ever happened. Um, he could be anybody. Daniel Molyneux, the SmackDown hacker has teased that he or they will be at Money in the Bank on their Twitter account. Well, that's interesting. I wonder if they'll have anything to do with actually retrieving the Money in the Bank briefcase. And if it is Ali, then he could make up for last year with Brock taking him out. Perhaps that would be an interesting finish, but would that make him a heel? You have to wonder. If they did it that way. I'm not saying they will, I'm just speculating. Cool Brothers Radio Podcast. If they were around today, where would they go? Raw, SmackDown, NXT, or AEW? Savage, Flair, Hogan, Sting, Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels, Warrior, Vader, Sid Justice, Roddy Piper. I feel like you could probably put Flair, Hogan, Sting, Warrior, Vader in AEW. Maybe Sid also. Savage, Flair, Bret, Shawn, and Piper would probably be split up between Raw and SmackDown. When is the next Wrestling Trivia Challenge? It is May 15th. The most recent episode just went up on Friday. So there's 2 episodes now up on the Greg Cherry Brand YouTube channel. If you want to check them both out, they're both on there. The most recent stuff I've posted on that channel, so there you go. So yeah, check those out, and it should be a good time. The next episode is already in process of happening. And again, if you guys want to be on the show, as I mentioned at the top of the stream, message Jeff Meacham on Instagram or Twitter, wherever you follow him. And if you don't follow him, then follow him so you can send him a DM and ask to be on Wrestling Trivia Challenge if you're interested. And we'll work you in. We got quite a backlog of people who want to be on the show, because it's been a while since the show has really been in regular airing, and now that it's back again, we're trying to get through more people. So if you want to be on, or you know anybody who wants to be on, or think somebody can take me down in my 2+ year reign as Wrestling Trivia Champion, you know how to do it now. So you saw the debut. Okay, so yeah, the most recent episode just went up Friday. Yep. Does Braun Strowman deserve to be Universal Champion, and when do you think Roman Reigns will come back? Strowman honestly should have been Universal Champion 2 years ago. And the fact that they didn't capitalize on him when he was super hot is their own fault. And now it just kind of seems like he was thrust into the position because Reigns wasn't there. This whole WrestleMania thing and the whole pandemic thing has really thrown WWE askew. And Strowman kind of, I don't want to say lucked into the Universal Championship, because he was in that picture, but I don't know if he would have had a WrestleMania match otherwise, other than like the Battle Royal or something, without the pandemic happening. So we'll see. Keith Johnson, Greg, do you actually see Dream winning the title? I would be very surprised if, with the recent allegations, that Velveteen Dream wins the championship. And if he does, then they're clearly not putting any stock into what this accuser is saying. But I truly could not tell you one way or another. In my heart, I believe that because it's not happening at a takeover, I don't think Dream's winning. If they would build up to it for the next NXT takeover, whenever that happens to be, because they're kind of just doing the weekly shows and not even worrying about takeovers right now. So I would say that I don't know if Dream wins the title. It really depends on how serious they take the allegations. if Dream doesn't win, then they'll probably take him very seriously. But if he does win, then obviously it's not that big a deal. And he was hacked. So we'll see. We've seen WWE stars get hacked before, like their private photos leaked and whatever. Different circumstances, I'm sure. But like with that stuff out there, it obviously didn't affect people like Charlotte. Or Tony Storm, or really anybody who had their pictures leaked. It didn't affect their in-ring careers, I don't think. And yeah, Nick Levin, are you going to be on the predictions video for Money in the Bank? I probably will be. Depends on. I might have a prior commitment. I'm not sure yet about that. I have to wait to hear from my other friend, but if whatever we're doing doesn't happening on Tuesday, my friend Chris invited me to something. If whatever that is doesn't happen on Tuesday, then I'll more than likely be on the predictions video. And if I'm not, then you'll see my predictions in full. I'll read them to you or something on the Money in the Bank pre-show next week. So there you go. Wrestling Fan 1998. I am of the opinion that the Undertaker streak should have never ended, and I think the end of an era Hell in a Cell should have been his last match. What do you think? Well, that would have been cool because I would have been there for his last match. That's actually what I thought was going to happen, was that Undertaker was going to go 20-0 and then be done. Even if he would have went 21-0 just for Paul Bearer and been done, then that would have been fine. And part of me is wondering if Paul Bearer hadn't passed away, if Punk would have been the one in 21. I wonder, like, if that would have... If Paul Bearer's death wouldn't have happened when it did, I wonder if Punk would have beat The Undertaker. It's something to make you think. That maybe Lesnar wouldn't have been the one to break the streak. Maybe it would have been CM Punk. Which would have been a heck of a consolation for having the title for 434 days to lose it to a part-timer. And maybe he'd still be wrestling today. We don't know. Let's see. See, somebody's trying to tell me the next time I eat food and it tastes terrible, you aren't allowed to criticize it because you aren't a chef. Let me tell you something. If you've ever made food and you have taste buds, then you're allowed to criticize it. That's not the same thing. It's not. And I'll tell you why. Saying that I can't criticize a chef for doing what they do is like, no, I've never been a professional chef. Okay, but have I made food at home and has it tasted good? I have made food at home. Does it matter how I did it? No. But if I've made food at home and I'm able to do it, as limited as my cooking skills are, and I make it taste delicious, then I think I'm allowed to criticize them. But you have these people on Twitter who talk about work rate, who talk about all of this stuff when they've never been in the wrestling business. And you can't say that, like, oh, I know what these wrestlers go through because I've been watching for years, or I've fallen down in my backyard, or I play wrestling video games, so I know all the inside stuff. Different. That is a completely different argument. Because while I may not be a professional chef, as you like to say, I have made food before, and it's tasted good. Is it the techniques that they use? No. But that is more of an apt comparison than somebody who's never been in a wrestling ring to somebody who does it for their livelihood. Because even if you've been on the independent circuit, which I have been, then that's something to criticize. If you've ever been in training and you never made it the whole way through, but you've taken a bump in that ring, even just one, to understand what they go through, if you have never done that, you can't criticize the product. You can't criticize, well, you can criticize the product because creatively, even if you've never worked in television, that's something different. That's a whole new avenue. But you cannot criticize somebody's work rate or their ability as a wrestler if you've never done it. Regardless of which level, whether it be on the level of WWE, on the independents, or even as an amateur wrestler. If you have never been involved with wrestling or done anything physical with wrestling, then you have no intelligent opinion of a wrestler's work rate. Plain and simple. You can criticize how they are, you can try and defend people, be like, oh, based on how I see things, well, how you see things may not be how things are. You act like Nia Jax just walked in off the street, said, I'm The Rock's cousin, and they put her on NXT the next week. If you think that the WWE is that reckless to just... That is like a backyard wrestling mentality to have. To say, oh, I've done this, I've done backyard wrestling, and I've never gotten hurt, or I've never hurt anyone. Well, you're also, A, not wrestling correctly, if you're a backyarder and you have that opinion. And I've done that too. I've done them both. Done the backyarding, done the stuff in a ring. Big difference. So I don't care for that argument. I'm sorry if that's your opinion, but I don't care for that argument because it's not the same thing. It doesn't matter whether it's your profession or not. It's the fact that if you have that experience. I'm not a professional wrestler. I'm not in the wrestling business right now. But I have done the stuff that I was in the wrestling business for a short time. So I feel like I can fairly criticize how somebody works. Because while I may not have 15, 20 years of experience in the ring, I know what they go through, and I know things that people who have never been in the business don't know. I'm not saying I know better than the ones that do it professionally. I'm just saying how I would do things. Does that make me right? No. But I have an informed opinion because I know a little bit of what they go through. That's all I'm saying. Does that make sense? I'm not trying to talk down to anybody. I'm just trying to give my opinion that the comparison you made is not a good comparison. And I'm not the best with analogies. I will come out and tell you that right now. My ability for analogies is greatly diminished. They were probably one of the lowest things I scored on my SATs back in the day. But I hope you understand where I'm coming from. I'm not just saying this as like, oh, hey, I'm on NoDQ.com and I know more about wrestling than you. I'm the wrestling trivia champion and I know more about wrestling than you. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying I've actually been in a ring. I've actually taken bumps. I've actually been on shows. I've been in matches. Not very long, but I've been in matches. So, I've been in the ring. I've taken the bumps. If you have, then great. Tell us your stories. But if you haven't, you can't criticize another person's work rate. And I know that might come off as hypocritical because I can sit here and be an analyst for like football and stuff. Now, granted, I've done backyard football, but that doesn't make me an NFL expert by any means. That's different. So, am I a qualified football analyst? Probably not. I can only go off of what I see. and my understanding of the game. But by no means can I tell a football player exactly what to do. Does that make sense? Because I don't have the experience in that field, I can't criticize them. That would be like going to like a construction company and telling a welder what to do when you've never touched the thing in your life. Because you don't think he's doing it right. Don't you think they'd know better? Something to think about. All right, back to the comments. You DM'd me on Instagram. Okay, Mike, I'll get your stuff. The next time you watch a movie and it sucks, you can't criticize it because you've never directed a movie before then. Same shit. You aren't an actor nor a director, so by your logic, you aren't allowed to criticize any movies. I've also produced stuff. Do you think the YouTube stuff has no production value whatsoever? I've done directing. I've done editing also. You're completely missing the point of your argument. In fact, I don't even know what your argument is anymore. You're saying, I can't criticize something because of this and this. Your argument has no... I don't know if you know what you're arguing, honestly. Because I may not have professional experience directing a movie, or what else did you say? Creating video games, fine. But at the same time, if I can't criticize somebody for something that I know nothing of, fine. I also have a little bit of programming experience too, as far as video games is concerned. It's not expert by any means, and I'm not telling you I could sit here and create my own game. Trust me, if I could, I would. But having played video games for many years and knowing what I enjoy, that's another different thing. Work on your arguments. All right. Anyway. Cleaver, off the wrestling subject, but what are your thoughts on Bob Subs in Clarion, Pennsylvania? Man, I love Bob Subs. Bob Subs is... Oh, they're so good. Man, now I'm hungry for Bob Subs. I think Clarion County's opening here in the next week. I'm going to have to get some. Ooh. Because my ENT doctor was in Clarion. So I'm going to have to... Next time I go down there, I'm going to have to check that out. I mean, Bob Subs is like a staple. If you're a student at Clarion, Bob Subs is pretty much a staple of the area. Their food is good. Their building has a little bit to be desired, but their food is definitely good. I enjoy their food. Spicy Italian. Is that what that is? Spicy Italian? Or am I thinking of Subway? Regardless. Good stuff. Wouldn't put it past WWE to create a wrestler and call him the Virus. You know, ECW did that like 20 years ago. Domestic Butler. So does that mean you can't criticize American football if you never played it? Essentially, you can't criticize how the players do something. Like, you can't criticize their technique if you've never done it. Does that make more sense? Does that make my argument a little clearer? You can't criticize their technique if you don't know the technique. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm going to yell at football players all day because I'm a passionate sports fan. But that doesn't mean I can tell them what to do and they're going to listen to me, because who am I to tell them? They've been playing football since they were 4 years old. You know what I mean? So I can't criticize their technique. But if I'm rooting for them, or if I'm really upset about a play they made, then I can yell at them, but my opinion doesn't mean anything. It's just my enjoyment of the game. I'm not going to go on Twitter and criticize a Steelers player being like, "Oh yeah, well he sucks. Like I don't even know how he made the team." Blah 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 blah. Although that's probably a lie. I've probably done that. But my opinion doesn't hold a lot of weight for that because I've never gone 40 yards deep for a pass. That's not to say I've never played American football before because I've played like football throughout high school and not actually for the team, but like elementary school, junior high, high school. I've tossed the ball around and stuff like that. So nothing in a professional team setting, but I've played it a little before. I feel like I'm going way off the rails this one. Keith Johnson, how do you feel about Gargano and Candice's heel turn? Do they come across as natural heels? Gargano is starting to. I don't know if Candice and some PWG and like other marks are going to tell me like, oh yeah, she was heel in PWG for a little bit or whatever. I don't remember Candice LeRae ever being heel. So this is a new foray. But if anybody has the ability to pull it off, it's Johnny and Candice wrestling. Colin Andrew, my grandparents lived right off I-80 in Strattonville. Oh, okay. There you go. Mike Nixon with a $20 super chat. Okay, let me tell you something. I'm going to read this comment for you, Mike, before I get to your super chat. Just because you've taken a bump or two or worked some bumfuck indie show doesn't mean you know the technique to every move. So unless you've done every pro wrestling move, you can't say shit. So tell me, oh god of professional wrestling, have you done every move? Have you worked for WWE? Do you work for WWE? Have you ever worked a show? No? Then shut the hell up. That's what I'm saying to you. You come and criticize me because I've told you I don't work professionally. You just come on this stream to criticize me. And that's all you've done. You have no argument other than criticizing me. What have you done, sir? What have you done? Tell me. Tell me what shows you work. Tell me the tape I need to watch of you being the greatest professional wrestler who ever lived. Tell me. You can't come at me sideways with these opinions if your opinions mean less than mine. And maybe my opinion doesn't mean anything. Maybe my opinion doesn't mean a whole lot. But who are you to criticize me and tell me what I know about professional wrestling when nobody knows who the hell you are? So tell me, show me all your indie work tapes. Show me how you became WWE champion. Please, I'm begging you. Tell me more about how you know more than me about professional wrestling. Tell me. Because I'd love to learn it. Send me your tapes. Because clearly you know more than I do about everything. Clearly. Tell me. I'm here to listen. And if any of the moderators want to take care of him in the chat, if he doesn't have any argument, do what you need to do. I give you permission. Anyway, Mike Nixon, your 2 spins. Here we go. All right, Mike, you get an entrance. So let's see the next one. Karaoke. All right, let me know what entrance you want. And I'll do the entrance first, and then I'll hit the karaoke song. Thank you, Mike, for the $20 super chat. I appreciate it. It doesn't matter what I've done. I'm a viewer of the show, therefore I have the right to criticize it. Terrible opinion. Terrible opinion. You can watch something and know how to criticize something? You've never done it. You've never done it. So please tell me, as a live streamer, how can I be better? Please tell me, in my line of work, how can I be better? Please tell me, Mr. Construction Guy, I can show you how to build things better. Just because you watch something or just because you're a fan of something doesn't give you the right to criticize it and know what the hell you're talking about. That's all I'm saying. And if you tell me that I'm wrong, then fine. I'm wrong. Shut the stream off because you're not changing my opinion. I don't care. That's all I'm saying. Mike, please let me know what entrance you want. Because, I'm ready to do an entrance. I'm ready to get back to entertaining. Let's see. While I'm waiting for Mike to tell me what entrance he wants, get a few of these comments. Curtis Butler, back to wrestling. How dangerous do you think the Steiners were? I don't think the Steiners were overly dangerous. At least not until Scotty was hitting the juice a little bit. They did have moments. I would probably say Scott was more dangerous than Rick just because he was being a little reckless with his opponents. Do you remember the Steiner screwdriver? Where he would just drop people straight on their heads? I'm surprised more people didn't get their necks broken that way. Just the way they landed. Thank you, Curtis. Appreciate it. I'm not sure where Ken is. I'm really not sure. Especially with all I've done for the stream. Mike wants Mr. McMahon as the entrance. Okay, so Alexa, make Man Cave gray. It'll probably just look white from this. I guess that's not terrible. I might just leave it at that, honestly. I guess I didn't realize how clear the stuff on the wheel was because I had the thing so small. All right, so Vinnie Mac's entrance. Here we go. This one's for you, Mike. As soon as we get this going here. All right. So there you go, Mike. There's your there we go. And right. So first of all, sorry. I appreciate the mods for taking care of that problem. Sorry, I went a little off the rails, but I'm very passionate about stuff that I feel like my knowledge applies to. I know I don't have to apologize to you guys, but I feel like I do kind of, that I went off the rails and I went after somebody. That was maybe a little unnecessary, but when somebody keeps coming at me, I feel like I have to defend myself and my opinions. Don't forget to tear both quads. All right. I don't know if there is a karaoke version of King of Kings song. I mean, maybe there is. We'll see. Let's see. Okay. Cool. Cool. Let's see. Why is WTC on your channel and this is on Aaron's channel? Just curious. The super chat function is not available on my channel yet because I don't have 1,000 subscribers. So that's why. Once my channel is more sustainable by itself, then I'll probably move my stuff over to my own YouTube channel. So once I get the 1,000 subscribers and the...
Hey everyone, I'm James Smartwood.
No,
Welcome to
shut
the
up.
smartest debate on television. Oh, bug flew in my mouth.
This bill absolutely needs some funding set aside for luxury pube trimmers.
Why is, like, new stuff playing? I don't care about that. Close. All right. But WTC is on my channel strictly because Aaron essentially gave Jeff and I the green light to do it by ourselves. And because we're doing the work on the videos, we're putting it on our channel. Aaron just has a bigger audience as far as live streams go. If that audience translated over to my channel, then I just do it there because it's far easier. But for the time being, my streams are on here until my audience gets built up on the Greg Cherry Brand YouTube channel. So that's why that is. I mean, I see that it's choppy. Hold on. I'll close out of this because it's a pain in the ass. Where did my toolbar go? The word is acting up. All right. So what happens if you lose the WTC championship? Does the show go back to the new champions channel? No, I'll continue to make the episodes because I'm still the one editing and putting all the shows together, which I don't have a problem with. I like producing more content for my channel, so the show will stay on my channel. It's not just because I'm the champion that's on my channel. It's because I'm doing the editing and uploading and all that extra production stuff for the YouTube channel. And since Aaron gave us free reign to do whatever we want, we're just doing it that way. So that's why the shows are on my channel instead of the No DQ channel. So if I do lose the championship and somebody takes over, then the show will continue with them as champion. But it'll stay on my channel because I'm still doing the work for the shows. And it'll just be way easier to have me on the shows and or keeping score for Jeff, since he apparently doesn't know how to count. But I hope that answers your question. Oh, good. That guy came back and created another account because he's that kind of troll. So I'm going to sing the Triple H King of Kings theme song now, because that's what I was requested of. And typically I don't take karaoke requests just because I feel like I have to know the song first, but I feel like I know this one well enough that I can take it on. So here we go. Here it is. Behold the King of Kings. Alexa, make Man Cave green. On your knees, dog. All hail. Bow down to the King. Bow down to the King, left none living, none able to tell. The King took their heads, and he sent them to hell. Their screams echoed loud in the place of their death. Ripped open, they died with their final breath. They hailed the King of Kings. Bow down to the King. Bow down to the King. I think I screwed this up. I did. I missed the entire first verse. Ha! Shows what I know. I'm going to start this over because I'm a terrible person. 1 second. I don't know how I missed the first part of the lyrics there. As I was singing it, yep, I missed it. Take 2. Get off my screen.
Ready, Admiral?
Engage.
Oh, here it is.
Brace yourself.
I actually had all.
Time is up, I'll tell you why. You say you're sorry, but it's too late now. So save it. Maybe the night that my dreams might let me know. All the stars are closer. 사람은 좀 달라져. 주위를 맴도는 내가 궁금해. 너도 when I go out, I wanna go up dance and Isn't it? Third floor on the
down to the king. Bow down to lost both his name and his face. Through the halls and the corridors, sinking in blood. He tasted his grin, and it tasted good. The king took its head, left him broken and dead. Bow down to the king. Bow down to the king. Bow down to the king, left none living, none able to tell. The king took their heads, and he sent them to hell. The screams echo loud through the place of their death. Ripped open, they died with their final breath. They hailed the king. Now we got it. The King of Kings. Bow down to the king. Bow down to the king. Bow down to the king. To the dirt. This will be done. Let's screw that up to it. Now feel your fear. There can be only one. Bow down. I screwed up. We're going with it because I'm not doing it again. Bow down. What happened? And it just cut it off. That was a train wreck anyway. Sorry, guys. That was, as JR would say, bowling shoe ugly. That was happening. Yeah, I botched that. Well, that was fun. That was, like I said, that was bowling shoe ugly. See, I have my laptop muted, so I didn't know there were other ads going on, so I apologize for that. But there you go. Do you think Edge will win a WWE title again? It's possible that he does. Let me get to the live chat, because apparently I'm still in top chat. There we go. I think he will. Depends on the right storyline and who he faces, but I wouldn't mind seeing Edge become a 12-time champ. Mike Gonzalez, I hope Jeff remembers to count correctly. Well, he's 0 for 2 so far. If you ask Jeff, he's like 0 for 6. But, Jeff can't count. Jermaine Presley, in case no one has ever said this, I'd like to say thank you. I learned a lot about old school wrestling and wrestling trivia from you. Well, thank you. somebody can appreciate what I do for them. I appreciate that, Jermaine. Thank you. And you're welcome at the same time. I like to entertain and educate. That's what I do. Domestic Butler. Greg, your shows are UK-friendly times. Keep up the good work. That's what I strive for. I seem to have quite a few international fans in Europe, so I like to make sure that they can be up for this and not run shows while it's 3 in the morning. You know, I try to do what I can. Cool Brothers Radio Podcast. Triple H, Ric Flair, Batista, and Orton versus Nash, Hogan, Scott Hall, 6. Who wins? So Evolution versus the NWO at their peaks. That'd be good. That would be an incredible Survivor Series match. I feel like it would come down to Hogan and Triple H, with probably the NWO going over. Chris Butler. Other songs are playing. Yeah, like I said, I screwed that up. Domestic Butler. Edge versus... I'm guessing you mean The Fiend, not The Feud. Would be good at Survivor Series. If he decides to go to SmackDown, Edge is really kind of a free agent, so he can kind of go wherever he wants. Chris Butler, did you see SmackDown? I saw parts of it. I didn't see the whole thing. I'm trying to remember what I was doing Friday night. I was designing shirts and watching some live streams. And also Wrestling Trivia Challenge, which came out before SmackDown, but that's something else. Colin Andrew, can you see something with the IC Championship since Sami is staying home? It's been close to 30 days since he defended last. They don't really have the 30-day defense rule anymore. So... probably, I mean, they might, because they did it with Jordan Devlin, so they might strip Sami the Intercontinental Championship just to get back on the shows. Jermaine, do you think WWE will do a draft? If so, when? Once fans are back. You don't want to do a draft show when there's nobody there. I mean, the NFL did it, but for WWE, you want to do that when you have an audience. David, did John Cena kill wrestling? Well, it's still going, isn't it? So, no, he didn't kill wrestling. I'm curious to know why you think he would have. Domestic Butler, if you had a time machine and could change one Royal Rumble winner to another person, who would it be? 2012, Chris Jericho instead of Sheamus. Just because I think Jericho, it would just be cool for Jericho to have that accolade. I would change that one. Because he got the title shot anyway, so why not give him the Rumble win? You know? Mike Gonzalez, I remember when Ambrose didn't defend the U.S. title for like 9 months. Yeah, he held on to that for quite a long time without defending it. Especially when he turned face, and then he defended it at Battle Royal, which probably made up for all his defenses, and then he lost it. So, when do you think Eric Bischoff enters the Hall of Fame for being the best GM of Raw? Hopefully soon. The fact that Bischoff isn't in the Hall of Fame yet, I don't know if it's because he doesn't want in or he doesn't think he deserves it. Or Bischoff should be in the Hall of Fame. I mean, one of the most recognizable names of the Monday Night Wars, not in the Hall of Fame. And he was a fantastic general manager of Raw. So, not like he doesn't have WWE history behind him. And not only that, like all the stuff he used to do for the AWA, too. I put him in. Yeah, I brought that up about Devlin. Let's see. I think Cody is turning heel. What do you think? You think he turned heel already? I don't see it happening. I think his storyline with MJF needs to continue. And perhaps MJF fakes his injury and like is faking his injury and shows up to cost Cody the TNT title. Part 2, who do you think John Cena buried the most? Wade Barrett. That storyline for Wade Barrett, if Cena would have done the job to him at SummerSlam and then let him continue that momentum, Wade Barrett would have been a WWE World Champion by now. My opinion, because he had all the momentum in the world. The Nexus did in general for those 2 months, and then Cena was Super Cena against the Nexus at SummerSlam and killed any momentum that group ever had. It could have been, the Nexus could have been what the Shield actually was. But Cena got over them too quickly. So a lot of the Nexus guys suffered as a result. It's the fact of the matter. How many original Nexus members still work for WWE? Daniel Bryan. Who else? Otunga works in commentary. That's it. Ryback's gone. Barrett's gone. Justin Gabriel's long gone. Heath Slater just got released. Tarver's been gone since 2010. Darren Young's been gone. There you go. Daniel Bryan's the only in-ring worker left, and he was kicked out of the Nexus before it even had a name. So none of the original Nexus members, sans Daniel Bryan, work in an in-ring capacity right now. What does that tell you? From 2008 to 2012, Cena has made lots of fans to stop watching. I don't know if it was Cena as much as it was all the Benoit stuff. And people turning off wrestling because they didn't want the association. I feel like that has a lot more to do with the TV product going to PG than anything. After looking at the female side for Money in the Bank, do you think Dana Brooke is just a placeholder for somebody to beat her up and take her spot? I hope not. Dana Brooke has improved a lot. I think she deserves that spot, and maybe she'll get, like, super close but not win. I originally thought it was going to be Sasha Banks to win, but she's not even in the match. So, I feel like if Baszler doesn't win, then who does? Nia? Like who do you have win Money in the Bank? It's something, if I'm on the Tuesday show, I'm really going to have to sit down and think about who the participants are and who probably really should win and who actually will win. Because this is a match that Shayna Baszler probably doesn't have to win, but I don't know. It feels like something that... I'll let you know Tuesday. Bray Wyatt wasn't an original Nexus member. Bray was brought in a little bit later on for the new Nexus with him, McGillicuddy, who's also now gone, Mason Ryan, who's gone, and Otunga, who I already brought up. So only out of the Nexus members, all of the Nexus members, it's just Daniel Bryan, Bray Wyatt. That's it. And they had to completely change their gimmicks to disassociate themselves with the Nexus. So yeah, the Nexus didn't really help anybody as much as it should have. Mike Nixon, they should have let Nexus win the SummerSlam. Yes, they should have. They absolutely should have. And the fact that they have the 5-on-5 on Raw after where the Nexus one is like too little too late, guys. You should have done this at SummerSlam, but you didn't. it was too late by that point. And the fact that if they would have made Barrett, if they would have had Barrett become WWE champion and hold it till WrestleMania, and then have Cena beat him, Nexus probably would have been fine. In all honesty. But they might have also had the creative direction where they couldn't put the title on Barrett because they were going with The Miz, who had won Money in the Bank. So really, you book yourselves into a corner. Do you give the championship to The Miz? Here's what I would have done. And this is obviously fantasy booking because this was 10 years ago. You have the Nexus win at SummerSlam. You have Wade Barrett win the Battle Royal. Right? You have that match with Barrett and Cena where Barrett goes over, Cena joins the Nexus. You then have Barrett win the Battle Royal for the #1 contendership, defeat Randy Orton, become WWE champion. They torture Cena long enough. Cena wins the 2011 Royal Rumble. And they do the whole Batista Triple H thing where it's like, oh, Cena, you can go to SmackDown, challenge for their championship, and I'll be the WWE champion, and it'll all be fine. Cena eventually breaks down, breaks out of the Nexus, challenges Barrett, wins the championship, and then, after Cena is celebrating with his championship after a hard-fought match with Wade Barrett, here comes The Miz, cash in Money in the Bank. Miz wins the title at WrestleMania. Boom. WrestleMania 27, immediately better. That's what I would have done. But fantasy booking being what it is, I feel like you get more out of that than what actually was gotten out of that storyline. So there you go. Domestic Butler. What wrestler did you predict great things and never turned out to be anything in WWE? Mr. Kennedy! Yes, he was U.S. champion, but he could have been so much more. He was injury-riddled, and it makes me sad. Mr. Kennedy was going to be the next huge star, and I saw him from the moment he was on Velocity for the first time. It's like, this guy is going to be big. Yes, he did win the TNA Championship twice, but the fact that he could have been WWE or World Heavyweight Champion still drives me nuts. It's the biggest missed opportunity WWE had. And his injuries were a problem too, so it's not all on them. MVP should be a Hall of Famer. Yeah, I'm sure that'll come in time. I'd like to see that. You're either Nexus or you're against us. There you go. When would you say Triple H's full-time full-time in-ring career ended? I would say it ended at Extreme Rules, April 25th, 2010, in the match against Sheamus, after which he would never wrestle full-time again. That's probably true. I'd say that. He's been pretty much a part-timer for the last 10 years. So that's probably an accurate statement, because he never really was full-time after that. Greg, Karrion Kross and Tommaso Ciampa seem similar. Maybe I'm wrong. Well, we haven't seen much of Karrion Kross on NXT, so we'll see where that feud goes, but I feel like it's going to be a good one. Maybe when takeovers are back, they'll do the Karrion Kross versus Tommaso Ciampa. How much of wrestling do you think would have changed if The Rock didn't get hurt at WrestleMania 29? He was scheduled to face Lesnar at 30 before the injury. Well, we know he was there at 30, but if he was hurt or like a movie contract prevented him from getting in the ring or whatever, then there probably would have been much he could have done anyway. So I don't know how much wrestling would have changed if he didn't get hurt, but that certainly didn't help. The reason I asked that question about Dana Brooke is because I think Sasha's going to knock her out of the match and take her spot and cheat to win by costing Lacey the match. I mean, don't get me wrong. I would be fine if Sasha Banks entered the match and won. Yeah, I don't know what that was. But we know from Money in the Bank's past to never rule anybody out for winning the Money in the Bank briefcase, even if they're not in the match to begin with. Curtis Butler. The Nexus versus Cena was a redux of the NWO versus Sting storyline with different shitty endings. Yeah, pretty much. But see, the NWO was around a lot longer. Like, that one had an incredibly slow build for like a year. Nexus Cena was kind of hot-shotted over the summer of 2010. I don't know. Mike Nixon, I like that. You should have been a writer. Cards on the table, I applied. So let's see if anything comes of that. Are you a fan of the Otis Ziggler Mandy Sonya storyline? I think it's good. I like to see Mandy Rose in the babyface role. And Sonya Deville getting her opportunity, her just opportunity, as opposed to just kind of being in Mandy Rose's shadow, is long overdue. I've always liked Sonya Deville. So the fact that she's getting a major storyline, I'm a big fan of. Curtis Butler, what did you think of Tough Enough? I thought it was a good concept. I don't remember if I applied any year, because obviously I don't have like the strength or conditioning to do any of that, but I think I'm a pretty decent talker. So, I don't know. There you are. There's Ken. An hour and a half late. Brother, you've missed a great live stream so far. Lots of spins, and you missed me singing, you missed me dancing, you missed me, well, you didn't really miss me singing because that was a train wreck. But you missed me doing the entrances of Hogan and freaking Shinsuke Nakamura. Fortnite Master T2, not a fan of Sonya Deville. Why? I always thought she had the badass look. She just never got the just due. She's never really had a storyline until now, so I think it's interesting to see where she's going. I like her. I think give her a chance. Fortnite, why are you always defending Baron Corbin and Nia Jax? I only defended Nia in recent weeks. I've always been a fan of Baron Corbin. Nia was never my favorite by any means. I just think she didn't deserve the bad rap that she got. But Baron Corbin's always been one of my favorites. I've always been entertained. I think he's got one of the most badass movesets in all of wrestling right now. And you're like, oh, what about the New Japan and AEW guys? It's like, stop, okay? Sometimes I like simple and effective. Doesn't have to be all this fancy flippy stuff. It's like, sometimes less is more, guys. But I really do like Corbin. I think he's evolved very well as a heel. And he's probably one of the best King of the Rings to pull off the King gimmick since Booker T. My opinion. Yeah, Ken, I'm doing pretty well. Curtis Butler. Now, if you cry, Greg will cover every emotion of the day. No, you're not gonna see that from me unless somebody does something touching, like buy like 500 of my shirts in like one fell swoop. I almost teared up over like yesterday. Like a few people bought them. I was like, I feel so good. I feel like my work has been validated. Ken with the $5 super chat. Sorry for the upset super chat on Thursday. Your story really ticked me off. Yeah. Let's just kind of bury that from the Thursday review. Really don't want to talk about it anymore. And if you haven't seen it, watch the review. You'll know what Ken's talking about. Fortnite Master T2. Mandy Rose is better, Greg. I think so. I mean, I like Mandy Rose. I'm not going to take anything away from her. I just think Sonya Deville might be a little bit better of an athlete. Not that Mandy Rose isn't a great athlete, but I always saw Sonya as the breakout star. even like a couple years ago when Absolution was a thing. I figured like Sonya is eventually going to break out. It took longer than I thought, but I think it's going to happen. Thoughts on Sabu? Hall of Fame, and he should have won the World Heavyweight Championship a one-night stand. Depends on if he wants to go in the Hall of Fame, really. And I think the finish at One Night Stand was to protect both of them because RVD was winning the WWE Championship. You don't need ECW guys holding both world championships. It just didn't make any sense. The fact that Van Dam held the WWE and ECW was probably more than enough. Having ECW have all the championships would have helped in the long run. Probably not as much as people think. I don't know if Sabu winning the championship would have really helped the brand any. It also would have made Raw and SmackDown look super weak to a brand new group. Not that the guys were brand new, but the brand as a part of WWE was brand new. So I think the finish they did, where both of them were knocked unconscious, was really the only way they could finish that match without making either of them look super weak. Or just not do the match at all. Colin Andrew, one more spin. All right, here we go. Mike Nixon, I applied as a writer sometime this week. I haven't heard anything yet, but it's kind of a long shot because I don't live anywhere near Stanford. So we'll see. If I get it, I get it. If I don't, no is the worst I can say. You know, it is what it is. Mike Nixon, one more spin. We're getting those spins today. This is a good stream, guys. Thank you for tuning in. This has probably been one of the best streams I've ever done. Ken, you'll just have to watch it on replay because it's definitely been a up and down one. So here we go. All right, Colin Andrew, you're the first one. Here we go. Entrance. Let me know what entrance you want, Colin. Mike, this one's yours. Dance break. I'm going to be dancing again. Oh, we got another one. Hey, you know what? I'm not going to complain if you super chat, so. Alexa, make Man Cave gray. It's really the lighting in here that makes it a big deal. And an entrance. Let me know what entrance you want. Don't ban him yet. He donated, so. Greg seems to be more popular than before. What if he surpasses Aaron? You know what? Maybe this is the time that Greg Cherry gets over. You never know. Don't do anything with him yet. Don't do anything with him yet. Let him submit the entrance because I'm a man of my word, if nothing else. So, Colin, did you let me know what entrance you want? All right, Mr. Perfect. Ken, I'll tell you what. I'll give you the entrance. You let me know which one. All right, so I owe Colin the Mr. Perfect entrance. So let's do that one first, and then I'll dance too. I need a towel. 1 second, guys. Alright. Let me get the Mr. Perfect entrance going. Then I got dance break and then another one. Alright. Now the dance. There you go. Alright. So let me get back into the chat. Huh. Okay. It's exactly where I know it from. I have an entrance to do, don't I? I paused this, I don't know why. What was the last entrance I had to do, guys? Help me out. This has definitely been one of the most interesting and fun live streams I've done in probably a long time. You'll get it. Big Dick Johnson, that's next. As soon as I know what song it was. There you go. I did it. Ugh. I really don't know what Droz's entrance would be, Ken, but I'll give you one anyway. If I do Val's, I have to get another channel. Let me know, Ken, what your last entrance is, because this will be the last thing I do before I end the stream. Whew. You know what? You can't say I'm not a man of the people, because the guy who's been trolling me all the time, I did the entrance he wanted me to, so I did the Big Dick Johnson entrance. He got what he wanted. You want me to do Rick Rude's? Man, I wish I knew if I had my... wish I knew where my freaking bathrobe was, because that would help. Rick Rude it is. All right. This, guys, is the last thing I'm doing on the stream. The stream ends with the Rick Rude entrance. So I'm getting my plugs out of the way before I do this. YouTube.com/GregCherryBrand for future episodes of Wrestling Trivia Challenge. Buy a shirt, teespring.com/store/GregCherryBrand. You can follow me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, at GregCherryBrand. Go follow me on all those places. I think I freaking earned it today. So, here we go. Mike, well, you know what? The stream's got to go on a little bit longer. Mike Nixon with $20 more, 2 more super chats. So we're going a little bit overtime today. It's fine, though. Mike, let me get you your 2 spins, brother. Entrance. I need another entrance from you, brother. Here we go. Did you seriously just win 2 shirts on my stream, man? You did. So I'll check your Instagram later. So, just for the record, Mike Nixon has won 2 shirts on my stream. That's the first time anybody's won 2 shirts on the same stream. So there you go. But Mike, I need an entrance from you. Right now, I'm going to be doing Rick Rude's entrance. And then, Mike, let me know what other one you want me to do. And unless we get more spins, then that'll be the end of the stream. So, Rick Rude's entrance it is. Cut the music. What I'd like to have right now is for all you fat, out of shape, YouTube, no DQ Nimrods, keep the noise down while I take off my robe. Hit the music.
It's sports entertainment.
And American Badass Taker will close the stream. Here we go. All right. Ken wants me to do our truth, so we're gonna keep this gravy train going, guys. Wow, this is awesome. Here we go. People over there, what's up? Feel me? Say what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Get with this, or you can get with that. This is where it's at. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? I don't know all the words. I'll be straight good. We're gonna ride it till the wheels fall off. Make it soft. I'll do the dance at least. You might clean the face. What's up? 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 No DQ Galaxy! What's up? Oh my. Oh. All right. So thank you guys all for joining me on the Greg Cherry live stream. This has been one of the most intense live streams I've ever done. So thank you.